Hi, I'm Dilly Denton. This is a compilation of the first half of the 12 days of D&D characters I did in December. I decided that each page of 6 is an adventuring party. First up is the Warforged Ranger named Shambles. They're a quiet, serious, awakened, shambling mound in a metal frame. They are a bit shy, but they are attracted to the noisiness of their party. Specifically Tryan, the monk kobold, who is very sweet and very rowdy, and Anya, the Goliath bard, who tells fascinating stories. Shambles is the first person to notice when Prince, the tabaxi fighter, is hurt, and will take care of him. Shambles considered Toika, the Aarakocra paladin, to be the leader in combat, but tends to defer to Roiksha, the orc druid, in other matters. They are very fond of her gentle, respectful nature. The feeling is mutual for Roiksha. She happily rambles at Shambles when working with plants or animals, and makes an effort to include them. Her closest friend, though, is probably Prince. He is always bringing her trinkets and being cuddly. Tryan and her get into some trouble together as they're both pretty naive and are happy to take people at face value when they say they're hurt or need help. She's quick to back up Toika's dramatic speeches and quotes him often. Sometimes Anya's stories frighten Roiksha a bit, or she ends up asking too many questions and Anya gets frustrated, but overall they get along well. Toika also thinks of Shambles as his second in command. Prince alarms him a little. There's a bit of a cat and bird arguing almost constantly, but when their team is threatened, they work together well. Toika thinks Anya's stories are great and tends to try and outdo her, but usually fails. He's also constantly trying to impress Roiksha, and sometimes takes the spell Find Steed just to make sure that there are animals around to delight her. Anya has a hard time reading Shambles, and honestly Prince as well. Shambles because they are quiet, and Prince because he hardly is ever straightforward. But she does think they're both cool. She thinks of herself as the leader, although somehow Roiksha and Toika both upstage her. She doesn't hardly notice, however, because whenever there's an argument within the party, everyone turns to her to sort it out. She likes how dramatic Tryan can be, and will often get caught up in planning shenanigans with him. Prince likes his whole party, but Roiksha is the only one he's really open about his affections with. He gets into play fights with Tryan all the time, and is the source of the try-hard nickname. He gets into actual fights with Toika more often. Sometimes he mimics him in a chirpy little voice just to get under his skin. Still, if someone else tries to hurt Toika, well, I'd like to say he'd step in and stop them, because he would, but it might take a few moments of gloating before he does anything about it. He likes Anya's stories and music, but he pretends he isn't listening usually. He thinks her desire to avoid combat is silly. He used to try to provoke Shambles into fighting him by batting at their vines, but usually it just gets Prince pinned to the ground, so he stopped. Tryan loves everyone in the group and will excitedly help them with whatever they want. He considers Prince to be his bestie. Actually, he considers all of the group to be his best friends, but he mostly says it's Prince to annoy him. Sometimes he says it to someone who is clearly not the group's friend, like the big bad. And somehow that makes Prince even madder, so Tryan says it's because he wants to be his only best friend. He likes pulling off cool maneuvers with Toika, and sometimes dresses up to be a little animal when Roiksha wild shapes so that she's not alone. He can sing reasonably well, and so sometimes sings with Anya, and he likes helping Shambles scout. The others try and tell him to just let Shambles do it by themselves, because they assume Tryan is annoying them, but Shambles doesn't mind. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to continue on this art journey with me.